I just realized something. This is my first time ever watching a Sean Baker film, and after watching Anora, I will most definitely be tuning in into his older and future projects. Sean Baker might have the sauce, y'all. So Anora is a brand new comedy / drama film directed by Sean Baker, and it stars Mikey Madison and Mark Eidelstein. Anora, a sex worker from Brooklyn, gets her chance at a Cinderella story when she meets and marries the son of an oligarch. Once the news reaches Russia, her fairy tale is threatened as the parents set out to New York to get the marriage annulled. When I first saw the trailer for this movie, I was hooked. I was on board. I didn't really know the full premise of it, but I was interested. All I knew was that it was a romance film about a sex worker and a rich Russian guy. And that was enough for me to go check it out. And to be 100% honest with y'all, Anora might be one of the best films of 2024. I don't know how, but somehow, some way, I will make sure Anora gets in my top 10 best films of 2024. Let's start with the comedy, because the comedy in this movie is immaculate. This movie was way funnier than I could have imagined. I thought this was going to be a romance / drama film with comedic elements. No, this movie is like a full-fledged comedy, and it works on so many levels. Like, it's actually impressive how well the comedy is written in this movie. Everything from shit-talking clapbacks to an attempted failed quote-unquote kidnapping to overly dramatic scenes that make you wonder, in real life, how would people react like that? Like, what would you do in that situation? This whole failed kidnapping scene had me in tears. The scene progressively gets more and more chaotic, and that just builds on to the comedy. Mikey Madison's performance, listen, she's coming for that Oscar. This is by far Mikey's most riveting, most tremendous, and most engaging performance yet. Who would have thought the crazy girl from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Scream 5 would end up being a future Oscar nominee? I'm manifesting for it. Anora is this charismatic, clever, and sexy yet rough around the edges character who takes full advantage of the opportunity of a lifetime. But near the end of the movie, her loyalty is put to the test. And I think it really expands Anora as a character because it's real. And I am glad Anora was not written as this one-dimensional sex figure. Anora, to an extent, is actually kind of relatable. Well, maybe not as far as the sex work, but you get what I mean. She is commanding and captivating on the screen. And if you look at any interview with Mikey Madison, she has this very sweet and soft-spoken voice, but in Anora, she has this thick Brooklyn accent, and honestly, it works. All of the supporting characters were fantastic, don't get it twisted, but Mikey Madison, she was the shining star. Now, as far as the story, I personally liked it. Now, yes, it is a very simple and straightforward story. Like, there isn't really no insane, crazy twist. It's pretty straightforward and in your face. But I think what makes the story work is the execution. Simple story, super effective execution, good enough for me. The overall pacing in this movie was pretty solid, I can't lie. I would argue that the second half of this movie handled its pacing better than the first half. But the overall pacing is still great regardless. And this movie has some great cinematography. I'm not sure how the cinematography is in Sean Baker's other projects, but if his older projects are anything like Anora, I'm locked in. I don't really have a lot of issues with this movie. The only thing that I can say is that some people may question how the movie ends. I was definitely scratching my head at first, but after really thinking on it, I like it. I like it a whole lot, actually. The reason why I believe the movie ended this way is because it wanted to show how Anora essentially had to give up this fantasy, this luxurious lifestyle where she essentially was treated like a princess and she didn't have to worry about making meets ends. She didn't really have to worry about anything. She was practically living the life of Cinderella. And then in the end, she comes to this reality where she has to give everything all up and go back to her normal, regular life. It hurt her. It kind of broke her in a way. And I think she used sex as a distraction to try and shield the fact that her fantasy, luxurious lifestyle is over with. And also, she does feel a bit of betrayal given the events that occurred. And that is all I'm going to say without spoiling anything. But in the end, y'all, Anora is a fantastic film, a phenomenal one even. I was invested, I laughed, and my whole theater loved the movie. And truth be told, this was one of the best theatrical experiences I've had in a movie theater since Deadpool and Wolverine. So I would recommend Anora, but I would not recommend bringing your mother or your grandmother for obvious reasons. So, plugging Anora. Into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pinnacle zone. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much my review for Anora. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about Anora. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you manifesting for Mikey Madison to get that Oscar nomination and hopefully that win? Maybe? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you all in the next one.